Welcome to DevOps Chats. Now you have grown your application or you have scaled your application into a multi-environment, having dozens of microservices, a Kubernetes cluster, an API, backend server, just a sophisticated ecosystem for your SaaS application. Plus, you might have a web development team distributed in Mexico, US, Asia. How are you going to make synergy across all these assets, the environments, without no errors, no downtime, and with high quality? And for that, you need a solution, which is deploy a CI/CD process. Now that I got your attention, I'm Alfonso Valdez from Clickit, a nearshore DevOps and software development company that helps SaaS companies to extend or augment their tech team through dedicated DevOps engineers. So come with me and let's explore this CI/CD architecture and workflow for SaaS applications. The CI/CD stack that we are going to cover are Amazon Code Pipeline, Amazon Code Commit, Amazon Code Build, DevSecOps, Kubernetes with Amazon EKS, Docker, and a Java application. So this is our CI/CD pipeline for SaaS applications. To give you some context, we have Kubernetes. We'll be using a microservice architecture with Docker and Amazon EKS. But before beginning with the developer's journey, how this CI/CD is structured or goes across this architecture, well, I would like to explain the difference between all these three services. If we begin with Amazon Code Pipeline, which is the CI/CD tool or orchestrator from Amazon to automate the step for releasing software, and it's composed on Amazon Code Commit and Amazon Code Build, which in the left side we have Code Commit, and it's a source control system similar to GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, etc. It's just a regular Git repository, but it gives you scalability, redundancy, and it's a managed service from Amazon. Then in the right side of this service, which is Amazon Code Build, obviously it helps you create builds, create artifacts, and build the code that you might have in your repo, containers, etc. In order to orchestrate the CI/CD process, you need two files. One is the deployment YAML and the build spec YAML, which needs to be specified in Amazon Code Pipeline. These two files needs to be specified in Amazon Code Commit before starting the build process. Don't forget that. It's very, very important. So now that you're ready to build your code, your image, you need to execute the build spec YAML, which is in the deployment manifest coming from the Code Commit source repository. And this file has a few steps. As you can notice, it begins with the install step, which it's obviously in here you install any dependencies, frameworks, libraries. For example, if you are using Python, you could specify the version and framework of Python, which in this case could be the Django, or if in our case it's a Java application, well, you might specify the JDK framework and library. After that, you jump to the next step, which is the pre-build. Usually, before building the image, is good practice in fintech application, banking, healthcare, that you could run at a static code analysis (CSA) from Veracode or Sneak. And then we are using DevSecOps when you are embedding your security in a CI/CD pipeline. After getting a successful analysis from the security side in this step, well, you can now build the image. As a next step, we go to the build stage, which that comes all the testing like integration testing, security testing, test just the container, the image, and if everything goes smoothly, then you can push the image to Amazon ECR, or just after finishing this process, you push the image to Amazon ECR. So the last stage, which is the post-build process, well, after all these steps, if you got success in all of them, from checking dependencies, running security testing, building the image, testing the image and the container, pushing the image, well, now it's time to update the Kubernetes cluster. So it's time in this stage to run a few steps to deploy or update the EKS cluster, either using blue green deployment or rolling updates deployment. So just don't forget that if you have any trouble on these stages, you could use the hand of Amazon CloudWatch, which you can review the logs or troubleshoot any build or container deployment. And lastly, don't forget that AKS clusters need to be updated with the latest container image previously cooked. Also, something to remember that these procedures can be done using other tools like Jenkins, GitLab, CircleCI. It doesn't matter. The process is similar. Just what it changed is the tool, the cloud native tools to agnostic tools of what I just described. And if you need a hand, just give us a call. Or Nearshore DevOps Senior have done several times. We are experts supporting this type of pipelines, so don't hesitate to contact us. So, any thoughts? This CI/CD pipeline architecture should give you a great start on how to create an enterprise CI/CD pipeline using Kubernetes, Docker, AWS Cloud Pipeline, and the AWS Cloud Native tools. Hopefully, you have enjoyed it. Now, to find out more about how ClickIt helps SaaS enterprises to develop DevOps practice in the cloud, or just curious about hiring an Azure software developer in your same time zone, please reach out at clickitech.com. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment below any step that I missed. Let's contribute to our community. Hasta la vista.